Thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Business Minute. I'm your host, Sirr. And today I got a special guest, one I've collaborated with before and didn't even realize. Miss Krystel Hurd of Deep Roots Hair and Skincare. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I cannot complain. Thank you for asking. So before we go forward with the interview, let me just say thank you for taking time out of your day to come and be on our platform and discussing your business, because I think it's extremely important that, as transparent as we are, we have to show that business acumen in the appropriate places so that it can reach and inspire others. So thank you. That's really important. All right. So Miss Krystel, if you don't mind, if you could, just give everyone who's listening and watching, making up words, watching the background on Deep Roots Hair and Skincare. What is it about? Okay,
well, Deep Roots, honestly, I started this company in the middle of a pandemic. We're all at home. I'm shopping on Amazon left and right, ordering all kinds of stuff. I have a bathroom full of different products I want to try. And, I just got to a point where I was like, I'm spending a lot of money on other stuff that I could do myself. I can start a company. And then, in the midst of everything with George Floyd, just a lot of things came up, in regards to the African-American community and business representation. So for me, I felt like it was important to bring up another company, ran by a Black woman, products made by a Black woman, just to show that, hey, we're here, we can do this as well, and we can support each other and we can thrive. So that's kind of where it came from. The name Deep Roots, to me, I feel like a lot of the issues with women and men in our community, those issues are deeply rooted. There are, I can remember growing up where, I wish that my hair was straight and silky, like all of my friends. And, it's like, okay, my hair is beautiful too, and it took me until I was, I want to say 7 months pregnant with my son in 2014. Before I realized that, okay, I'm beautiful as well. My hair is beautiful. And I've been natural for 5 years. So that's kind of where it came from. I sat and thought about it for a while. And I was like, you know what? It's time for me to do something too. So here we are.
Okay. And how long have you been active in business, period? Because we were joking around that you wear many hats. So how long have you been an entrepreneur?
I think I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. No, I mean, it even started, in elementary school, either selling candy or, trying to write excuse for somebody when their mama didn't write the excuse, getting paid for that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like that I think that spirit is usually within people, it follows them around, and it, it shows itself in various forms. So, I mean, I've been in business though officially, I want to say since November of last year. I started with the head wrap company. And what I did was I merged my head wrap company in with my hair products. So now I also sell African head wraps, from Lagos, Nigeria. I sell those as well as headbands. And I merged that in with my shampoo, conditioner, hair pudding, detanglers, everything. So, I have my own line. But yeah, since November last year.
Yo, that's dope. Congrats.
Thank you.
Man, I'm going to have to go to your website because this retwist thing ain't no joke. But so I think it's great that you highlighted that entrepreneurial spirit that followed you. Mm-hmm. And I think it's great that you started to follow your dream. But I would be remiss if I said that it isn't an up and a down type of thing. It ebbs and it flows. It waxes and it wanes. Mm-hmm. So let's look at the other side of it, because let's keep it 100. Let's be transparent. Mm-hmm. What obstacles did you encounter along the way so far?
I think the biggest thing for me would be the support that I thought I was going to have, from people that I've known forever. There's people who may, be my friend on, say, Facebook, for example, and may like every single post that I make that if I said, I was in a relationship and, all men cheat or something like that, I'll get 1,000 likes and comments on that. But if I say, hey guys, I just started this new business, go over and like crickets. So I would say the biggest obstacle for me has been the support. Most of my support has come from people that I don't know. So sure. It's strange to me how that works, and not knocking anybody that I've known for a long time who may have not supported, because every time your target market isn't going to be your friends. So maybe what I have doesn't appeal to the people that I've grown up with or that I've known for forever. So I think that's the biggest thing though, is making the separation between, business and family life and the support and, expectations from other people. Got to let those expectations go. So that's kind of what I've learned so far.
I agree with you 100%. One of our biggest proponents that's been for our podcast doesn't even live in Alabama, and that's where we're located. Yeah. And it amazes me. He's in California and been one of our one of our biggest supporters. So I think the point is think larger than yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're going to reach markets that exceed your physical sight, should I say. So I think that's important. I'm glad that you stated that. I'm absolutely glad. So to those listening, don't let it deter you that the support doesn't look like what you think it is. Just keep moving. Consistency is key. All right.
It.
So my next point, with you, being more than just an entrepreneur, how do you manage to balance work and your personal life?
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So I am a single mom. I have a 5-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter, and they are on 100 every second day. So between conference calls from, I'll have like between 5 and 6 conference calls a day from my job, which I'm a senior project control specialist. So I manage like high-level projects for the power company located here. So substations, transmission work. So it's very detailed work. You have to be focused on that. So I do that. And then I may have a call where I need to order some bottles for my shampoo. I'm running low, or you know what I mean? Or somebody may want to order and have 1,000 questions about, will this work on my kind of hair? Girl, my hair is nappy. So they want to have a full conversation with me. So I have to break in between fixing lunch for the kids. So it's a lot, but I would say I learned how to juggle. So like 1 minute, I'm working on a project. The next minute I'm fixing lunch. The next minute I may be combing hair, or you know what I'm saying? Or, changing clothes from, spilling something on their shirt. So I just kind of wear a lot of hats all the time. I'm fluid, I'll say, between the two. I have to be. So.
I love it. The main thing I took from that was time management. You find a way to work with the time that you got. And I think that is a skill that you learn over time. I don't think anybody inherently has that. It's a discipline.
No, I don't think I've met anybody who already had that skill. No.
So maybe you can give me some pointers. Hold on. All right. So my next question, looking over the course of everything so far, what has been the most memorable moment of being an entrepreneur for you?
The most memorable moment, I would say, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I placed an order for my labels for my bottles, for my products, and they came in, and I remember I had just gotten off a call, and I was waiting at the door for the mail. Like, I feel so lame for that. Like, I was waiting at the door. I'm like, I know this guy is going to stop by here today. So he stopped at the box and left. So I ran out. I was like, I know he didn't just pass my mailbox. So I went out there and looked in the box. Nothing was in there. Look, my heart dropped because I was waiting on those labels. It's like, for me, I don't know why, but that was like the defining moment for me for this business. So I went in the house. I'm like, let me call this girl to see if she made my labels. I'm shaking. Like, I'm so upset. So he turned around. Like, he had to go all the way up the street and turn around and come back. And he put him in the mailbox. I'm running before he could even leave the box. I'm like, no, I got it. So I got my labels. I'm opening them as, I come in the house. I didn't forget all about the coronavirus. I'm just opening the package and, I'm trying to get it in the house. So I run up the stairs and like, I pulled one of the labels off and I was shaking so bad I couldn't even pull the like sticky part off to put on my bottle. So I chilled out for a minute and I took it and I put it on the bottle. And for me, I think that was the most defining moment, like through all of this, because I'm like, okay, this looks like it came out of like, Ulta or Walmart, like it's storefront ready. Like, this looks really good. And I did this. Like, I designed my labels. I picked out the color scheme for my bottles, like everything from start to finish. So it's like my website, all the color scheme, like everything, the photos for the website. So I've done it all. But that moment was like the most important for me to put that label on my bottle. So I think that was it.
That's awesome. I love that. And no, it's not lame that you waited by the door, because look, I had wristbands made, and they had to come from China. This is before the Corona.
I know that was late.
Before Rona. Okay. Let me say pre-Rona. So I was watching the tracking like a hawk. Every day I was checking. Okay, he ain't left Beijing yet. Where you going? Where's that? DHL? Where you at? So the day of, I was just like you. I was sitting at my table here, just waiting. You would have thought I'd been waiting for a love person, or love interest to come home from work or something. It was
right.
And then they didn't get here till like 9:30 at night.
You got to share.
Yeah.
9:30. Oh, they waited till the last minute. You the last package.
Yeah, I was definitely the last stop. But you're right. When you open it and you see what you encompass, what you created on something, it's like a sense of catharsis. It's like, it's real.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Is reality now.
Yep.
So I hear you, sis. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. All right. So my next question. For every high, there's a low. So at any point, did you feel that you wouldn't be successful? And if so, who or what changed your mind?
Well, I have a really close-knit family. I talk to my brother every day, talk to my mom every single day. Like, we don't skip a day. So it's like, I called him, and one day I'm like, yo, I'm ready to do this. I'm about to be the first one in the family to get this meal. I'm going to get it. So I'm like getting all hyped up and everything. And I'm like, yeah, you got it. And then the next day I'm like, y'all, I can't do it. Like, this is too much. I just saw somebody else online sold out 2 million in 21 minutes. Like, how am I going to do that, y'all? How? Like, and my brother's favorite thing is get offline, Chris. Get offline. Stop looking at other people's business. Focus on what you have and what you bring to people, So I think most of that feeling that I get is just from comparing myself to other people. If I didn't know that somebody was selling our products in 21 minutes, what would I have to base myself on? Like, I can only compare myself to me. So I feel like that's been a lot of where the self-doubt came from. And then, seeing how like some celebs down here, you have Judy down here in New Orleans with Kaleidoscope products, she's everywhere, Target, Sally's, every beauty supply store. And then being like, you know what, I'm not as, my personality may not be as big, or, I don't have as big of a following, but it's like, at the same time, I offer something different, so I can, there's people, who may want what I have. So I just have to be sure that I'm confident, remind myself every day, this is mine. This is not anybody else's. I'm responsible for what happens with this business. So, I go all in. I don't do a lot of lives. So this is rare for me, but I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. This is the first one aside from the B. Simone podcast that we did. So this is the first one individually for me. So I'm excited because I don't do these, but I need to do more. So
thank you for allowing us to be your first. I think it's important to step outside your comfort zone, because that means that's growth.
Yeah.
A caterpillar can't stay a caterpillar forever. So get in that cocoon, girl. All right. So my next question is what I infamously call the long-term question. And if you need a moment, I completely understand. I'll edit it out. So where would you like to see yourself and your brand as a businesswoman in 1 year, in 3 years, and then in 10 years?
I would say I really don't need that long because I think about this all day. I gave myself a time limit on certain things, and a lot of them may be unrealistic if I say them out loud, but there's a few things that I'm working on. I want to be, and it's not necessarily a time limit. I won't put a time limit on it because tomorrow my goal may hit, so what I say is my goal is to be seen in every store, Walmart, Target, Sally's, every beauty supply store. I want people, to know well, not necessarily who I am, because I don't really want the fame. I just want the money behind the fame. So, speak well of my products, to feel like, what, I know her stuff is going to work on my hair. I know my hair is going to be soft and manageable and natural at the same time. Or, even if you're not natural, that while I use this growth oil with my braids, I know that when I get this down, I'm going to have some inches, so just, have that good reputation behind my brand, and people know, it's no BS over here. It's all business. We're gonna, if you need something, if you want some business advice, whatever. I want to be doing seminars, women's empowerment. But most definitely my most tangible long-term goal that I'm trying to get is to get into stores. And I'm actually working on that right now. So even though I don't have 100,000 in sales every day, I'm still working on that right now. So.
All right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I like that. Got a little plan going. All right. I bet you got vision boards and stuff too, don't you?
You know, all of that. All of that.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. Real recognize real. All right. So my final question isn't so much for you.
Okay.
This final question I usually dedicate to the people who are listening and watching, because the hardest thing to do is to take an idea, act on it, and share it with the world.
Okay.
So my final question, Krystel.
Okay.
What words of encouragement do you have for that person that has an idea, but they're afraid to act on it?
You know, you just have to do it afraid. You know, I can't tell you how many times I hesitated on starting a business. I knew I wanted to start one. I was like, I think I spent most of my time debating on what it was going to be. I want to start a business. I don't know what I want to do. Do something. Just do it. See how it works out. Get the feel of putting yourself out there. Whether you want to start a restaurant, cook up a couple plates, post them online, you know, let people buy and get some feedback. That's the first step. You know, just start, you know, watching people around that are making moves. Like find somebody that's, you know, say Michelle Obama. I look up to her. I follow her. I love the way she carries herself, the way she speaks when, you know, or her presence when she walks into a room. I'm like, oh my goodness, this lady is just it. So it's like, that's how I try to be. I try to carry myself like that. You know, sometimes, you know, I'll be online and I'll see a topic. Ooh, this is juicy right here. And then I'm thinking when I'm typing, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. I stay out of the drama, stay out of the negativity. You know, people who really aren't trying to do anything. You know, we all have those people in life who, you know, may have goals or something, but they just don't really act on them, or their thing is, woe is me. You know, the world is on my neck. I can't do this. You know, you gotta get away from that. Not saying you can't be around them, but you have to surround yourself with people that are gonna encourage you, no matter what. Even if you don't get a sale that day, you know, keep going. Wake up tomorrow, check that account again, because you might have 100,000 in sales waiting on you. You know, check it. Like, be consistent with your posting on social media. You know, you can't miss 2 days and then pop up and be like, oh, nobody liked my stuff. You got to make yourself known. Get out there, you know. What else? I would say that's one of the most important things, though. You know, social media presence, making yourself known. So I would just say, stay focused, surround yourself with positivity, and just keep going, whether you get a sale or not. Because somebody's watching. It might be a hater, but they're watching. So just be consistent. Just be consistent.
Right. Krystel, if anyone wants to get in contact with you, whether it be about Deep Roots hair and skincare, or they may have some business questions, or they just might want to compliment you and tell you how excellent this interview was for you, how could they get in contact?
Well, my Facebook name is Krystel Nicole, and that's Krystel Nicole. You can reach me also on my web page on Facebook at Deep Roots, Rootz, hair and skincare. And of course, they can reach out to you. If they can't find it, they can reach out to you, and you know, you can send them my way. So
I'll definitely put you in the correct direction. And Krystel, this has been my pleasure to do this. I'm always inspired to talk to fellow entrepreneurs.
Yes.
This is great. This was great.
I appreciate you so much for doing this too.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It's too much negativity being displayed, so why not highlight some positivity for them?
I agree.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, on behalf of 2020 Podcast LLC, this has been a Business Minute with Miss Krystel Hurd, Deep Roots Hair and Skincare. Go and buy our stuff. I'm going to put links in the description below. So with that being said, we are out. Peace.
Bye.
That's it.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?